The show starts in 1 minute.
Good evening, folks. We have a wonderful evening's entertainment lined up for you, one that will provide several hours of pleasurable relaxation and diversion for you and your family. Did you fail to dress up for tonight's show? No tie, an old shirt and slacks, a house dress? Well, don't give it a thought. We're glad you came as you are. We just want you to enjoy yourselves. Don't forget to visit our refreshment center during the intermission or any time. You love the tasty array of snacks we have to offer. So will the youngsters. Everything is quality and so good. We hope you'll make this a weekly visit. Bring the family. Bring your friends. There are always wonderful new pictures to see, delightful snacks to nibble, a gay, pleasant evening for all. Oh, a word of caution. Don't drive over 10 miles an hour in the theater area for your safety's sake. And Mom or Pop, go with the kids when they leave the car. We hope you have a wonderful time. And now, on with the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. My name is Jim. My channel's More Sunshine, Please. It's the Tuesday night live stream. How are you? I'm doing well. Coming up on the show, something to eat, something to drink, something to play, perhaps. I'll tell you about my weekend. A top 15 list later in the show. But before we do any of that, I like to celebrate the first 3 people in the chat. And we do that by giving them medals. So let's see who that is. There it is. Going to my comments. The first person in the chat, today's gold medalist, Paul Eichenlau. Congratulations. Our silver medalist, Samantha Lowe. Congratulations on your silver medal. And today's bronze medalist, 3rd place, Keith. Congratulations. And thank you for being the first ones in the chat today. Donna Jaworski, a very close 4th place finish. And while that's not gold, silver, or bronze, I suppose it's, let's say crystal. More on that later. Crystal will be in my top 15 list. It was just at the forefront of my thoughts, I guess. Noah, thank you for being here. Mom and Dad, good evening to you. It's Joey's World. They're out of the running today. So sorry. I guess you can't win them all. But you can try. Youper Wisdom Videos, hello to you. I hope you guys are doing well. Eric Newman, welcome in. And, Pepper Tree Villa is here. Monorail Molly, thank you for being here. Good to see you. Hope you enjoy the show today. We're just shooting the breeze here. Friends hanging out. What else we got? I think I'm caught up. I'll let people come in, but I'll begin. I've got a lot to talk about. The first thing was this weekend we moved the boy into college. He is going to Florida State University. Hang on, we're going to celebrate that. There it is. And we drove up there 4.5 hours away. And Art Johns, welcome in. And it went really well. The weekend went swimmingly. And I'll say this about moving the boy in. He didn't have a ton of stuff. We saw parents. You get an hour move-in time. Ours was from 11 a.m. to 12, for example. And they provide these big rolling bins for you. And we were able to get all of the boys' stuff into one of the bins. And we saw another parent in the same building make multiple trips with that bin. So we had it easy, I guess. But He moved in. He has a roommate and 2 suite mates, and together those 4 boys share the same bathroom. So good luck with that, boy. I guess it's going all right. They don't all have the same schedule, so it's not a big deal. But he said everybody seems really cool. I had a picture of him outside of his door, but for some reason, there was a big gray bar at the bottom, as there are on all of my pictures today. So, sorry. Some were worse than others. Anyway, so there was that. What else? Oh, he stayed in his room, of course, but the rest of the fam, we stayed about 25 minutes away in a place called Wakulla, and specifically in a place called Wakulla Springs State Park. And they have a lodge there. And it was very pleasant. It was awesome. Cherie, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. Addie Family Adventures, great to see you as well. Thanks for being here. I'm talking about our weekend and moving the boy into college. And Sir Gary of the Beaches, welcome in. I'll be mentioning you in a moment. Sir Gary was kind enough to send me something. Thank you. Hint, hint. And, something to eat with it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Where was I? Wakulla Springs. What's the name of the guy? Edward something?
Edward Ball.
Edward Ball. The official name of it, the real name is Edward Ball, Wakulla Springs State Park. And they had a lodge there that was built in the 30s. It is now run by the state, the Parks Service. Downscale, hello.
Don't tell anyone, it's nice.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm being encouraged not to talk too much about it because it was so nice and we want it to ourselves. But I do have a couple of videos to show. And the first one, if I can break away from the chat for a second and ignore you guys. The first one was in this lodge, they have the country's oldest Art Deco elevator. Now, the lodge is only 2 stories, so this elevator is quite old, and it only goes up 1 floor, and it's kind of scary. But I'm going to show you video. My daughter and I rode the elevator up. Actually, or did we write it down? Can't remember, but here's the video.
Reach upstairs. Oh, that's the glass bottom boat.
Oh, yeah. Am I unmuted?
Ready?
Okay. Oh, there's the girl.
All right.
Angel. So here it is. You got to open it with your hand. See the handle on the left there? There we go. All right. This video does not last long. Kind of just shuts on its own. And then when you hit the button, it slams shut like that. And it's a very short trip. Put that gate there that opens and closes on its own. And that's it. And there we are up on our second floor. Go to our room. Little artwork there. Again, I don't know how old the elevator is, but the lodge itself was built in the 30s. So that was it. That was cool. Also at, let me just go back to the comments. Hope I don't miss anybody. But there was not a glass bottom boat tour, but there was a boat tour in the Springs. Now, the Springs, Wakulla Springs, has the largest underwater cave system in the country and maybe top 5 in the world. Now, we didn't go in the water, and we didn't, of course, explore the cave system, but I guess it's remarkable down there. But there is a swimming area that it's quite shallow in most of the parts, but where you get closer to the spring, the cave system, it gets quite deep, and they've got a 2-story platform you can jump off of into the spring. There was probably a time in my life where I would have done that, but not now. But I have video of such a thing. And I took a little bit of video of the boat tour. The tour guide was great. The tour lasted about 30 minutes, 45 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. And I took, this is about 3 minutes of the video. And will it play for me? Might be a little choppy. There we go. And you can see just how crystal clear that water is. Hey, Surf Bum. Go Knowles. Oh, in this part of the boat tour, he actually turned the engine off so that we could just hear the way Florida used to be. And it was really pleasant. And we saw lots of wildlife. I didn't get it all on video, but I think here I zoom in to see a gator on the bank of the river. Yeah, you could see him a little bit there. Lots of birds. Here's one about to hop up on a log, if I remember correctly. It is a beautiful place, Donna. We're definitely going back. Oh, and then here, I slow it down a little bit. This is where you turn the boat around, and in the distance where you see that, people aren't allowed to go back there. Even that tour guide, the park ranger, is not allowed to go back there. There's another gator. Only biologists at certain times of year are allowed to go back there, and it's really untouched. And that was pretty cool. Kathy Hollister, welcome in. Michelle DeQuilter, thank you for being here. Good to see you in the chat. You can hear the voice of the tour guide. He was really good. Young guy, but loved what he was doing. Right now, I think he's talking about a gator nest or something. Do they nest? I don't even know. But you see how crystal clear that spring water is. I guess year-round it stays 68 degrees. Are those anhingas? No, anhingas are the ones that spread their wings to dry off because they don't produce oil for their wings like other birds. I don't remember. Lots of stuff. Should have written it down. And this was a humongous gator. Hard to see there because I was on the other side of the boat, but you can see his snout there sticking out and his body. He must have been a 10, 11 footer. Oh, and here, and again, I was on the wrong side of the boat, but we saw 3 manatees, and you can kind of make them out there. I didn't get great video of the manatees, but they were right under the surface there. Some herons. And here is a kid jumping off. I slowed it down to make it look cool. I mean, it kind of looked cool anyway. But those are the springs, and that water is quite deep there. So they have a swimming area, and it was really awesome. Cool boat tour. And the room was clean and nice, but old. It was really fun. It was a lot of fun to stay there. And we'll be back. I know Parents' Weekend, for example, is in September. But I think not knowing how great this place was, I think we got a room at a Hilton or something. But we'll be going back. It was great fun. Ben, welcome in. All right. On the way to Tallahassee, we had heard of a place that was a lot like Buc-ee's. You know Buc-ee's, that humongous gas station, convenience store, deli, home goods, whatever. We heard of a place north of Gainesville that was a smaller Buc-ee's, and they called themselves the Busy Bee. And I do have pictures that didn't come out really well because of, I don't know why there's a gray bar at the end, bottom of the picture, but here it is. Here's the outside of the Busy Bee. Again, not nearly as big as Buc-ee's, but they offered a lot of the same conveniences. It's a gas station as well. Now, Buc-ee's has, I don't know, 100 pumps. The Busy Bee had, I think, I counted 28 gas pumps, which is a lot. Plus, I think diesel pumps I didn't take into consideration. So maybe 35 or so. I don't know. What else? Yeah, there's some gas pumps there. A Marathon station. See the gray bar there at the bottom of the picture? I don't know why that happened. Anyway, we stopped. On the way there, it was at night. Those first pictures were on the trip home. We stopped to get gas and fill our tires. And, Buc-ee's usually has 120 gas pumps. That's amazing. So about 90 more than the Busy Bee. So this is it at night. And I took a picture inside. Again, it's going to get cut off a little bit, but you can see they had a Burger King, they had a Dunkin' Donuts inside. It's like an airport Burger King, like a Burger King Express or whatever they call it. Is that the Brady Bunch font? That's funny. I didn't even pay attention to that. But I think you're right. That's hilarious. To the left of that picture, you can see they had a candy counter. So they had fudge and like cake on a stick. And this was where was this? This was right on I-10. About 20 minutes west of I-75. So whatever city that was. I don't remember. I'm sorry. Anyway, you know how Buc-ee's has their Buc-ee's Nuggets? They have their own snack. Well, lo and behold, the Busy Bee has their own ripoff version of that. They call them Bee Bits. These are, I think, the same corn puffs with a caramel coating. And I'm going to try this. But I think maybe they just cracked open a box of corn pops and rebagged them. I don't know. I don't remember. No, Gary, it wasn't down 75. It was east of 75 on Interstate 10. So heading west toward Tallahassee. B-Bits. So I guess I'm going to be eating, so I got to play my my intro to my segment. I love this. Okay, so here we go. So, these are larger than I thought, and they're not cereal, but they are very reminiscent of the Buc-ee's. Where's my close-up cam? Here we go. We need some eating music, as we like to have on the show. So here we go. Okay, well, they're tasty, of course, and they're a lot like Buc-ee's Nuggets. This is the only flavor I saw there. You know, Buc-ee's has, half a dozen, if not more, different types of Buc-ee's Nuggets. Very sweet. Again, they look like, puffs, like cheese puffs. But tastes like a really sweet candy. Actually, really sweet cereal. That's what they're like. They're good. I don't know how many of them I want to eat. But they're good. So that was the Busy Bee. Not nearly as busy as Buc-ee's. When we went to Buc-ee's, it was on a Saturday in Alabama, and there was a line on the exit ramp waiting to get to the Buc-ee's. Not a great time to go there, so that didn't love that about Buc-ee's. This place wasn't nearly as busy, but the bathrooms were very similar to Buc-ee's as well. I think we know where they got their inspiration. How would I compare these to honeycomb cereal? Honeycomb, not nearly as sweet. I haven't had honeycombs in a very long time. But these are caramely, and honeycombs are more honey-y. I coined that, honey-y. I think, I don't remember. I think I prefer, I wouldn't like to eat these as a bowl of cereal. I always loved honeycombs. I liked how, puffy they were, and they were always one of my favorites. I haven't had them in, I don't know, 30 years? Surf Bum, I'm sorry. Unfortunately, I'm not done consuming things. Captain Crunch? I loved Captain Crunch. Those were that was a big cereal. I loved Fruity Pebbles. I loved they called them Sugar Smacks at first, and I think they just changed it to Smacks to take the word sugar out of the title. Loved those. I loved so many cereals. That's got to be a top 15 list coming up someday. What else? Let's see. Well, thank you, Gary, for putting that in there. Thanks everybody for being here. Well, what else about the road trip? I guess that's it. The drive, not as bad as I thought. I had taken it before, but it had been a while, and the boy is just far enough away, and there is a bus service. The bus service goes from Tallahassee to Gainesville to Tampa, so we can go to the University of South Florida, which is only a half an hour away, and pick him up there if he takes that bus service. So I kind of like that, like the sound of that. Let's move on. Last week, I talked about coffee, and Donna Jaworski suggested that I have a segment on my show about coffee. Well, Donna, today I've got a segment on my show about coffee.
Great coffee is easy, Mrs. Olson.
Coffee's for closers only.
I set high standards for myself. I set high standards for my coffee.
Picks you up, calms you down. It's the lifeblood that drives the dreams of champions.
I love that so much. Last week, I had mentioned that teachers here in Florida, maybe nationwide, Wawa, the gas station Wawa, not nearly as big as the Busy Bee, but Wawa is offering free coffee to teachers for the month of August, which was fantastic. They did that last year, and they're doing it again this year. I guess I'm done talking about Florida State. Phantasmic Chronicles, welcome in. Tony, good to see you. Where was I? Oh, yes. So last week I had mentioned that they did not have pumpkin spice coffee. Well, the very next day, Wednesday morning, I walk in to my local Wawa, and what do you know? Pumpkin spice coffee is staring me in the face. Of course I got it. There's that gray ruining my picture there, down at the bottom. I don't know what that's all about, but you can see the pumpkin spice was available, and I got it. And can you see it right next to my head? Right here? There it is. That's kind of dark. But, yes, I brought the cup home with me as a memento. I was so excited. Simba 2, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Super happy. And I've only gotten pumpkin spice coffee from there since. Went there Thursday morning, and then our weekend road trip, so I didn't go to Wawa, but Monday and Tuesday morning, pumpkin spice. And I'm going to do that. I might mix in a little Colombian there, just to give it a little zhuzh. But the pumpkin spice coffee at Wawa is pretty good. And I just drink it black, so I'm not adding sweetener or creaminess to it. I just prefer my coffee black, so that's how I'm drinking it. Speaking of drinking my coffee black, a humongous thank you to Sir Gary of the Beaches, who sent me some special mail. I picked it up today. It probably arrived yesterday, but it came today. There are in the package, I believe inspired maybe by last week's conversation, was in the package was 2 bags of coffee. Sir Gary, thank you so much. You're always so kind. One of them was the 100% Jamaica Blue Mountain Coffee, which I love the packaging. I can't wait to break into this. The other one, I forgot, the bag is in the house, but it is a Hawaiian Kona coffee. And it is what is in this mug right now. So I've taken a few sips of it, and because it's from Gary, I'm going to say this. This is the best cup of coffee I've ever had. That may or may not be 100% accurate, but Gary, thank you so much. And downscale, I'm no fan of pumpkin spice, but it just jumped. I defend to the death your right to enjoy it. And I appreciate that. Thank you for your service. Which flavor creamer should I use with the pumpkin spice coffee? You don't want to overpower the pumpkin spiciness. I would say just a straight half and half, or we use the Chobani extra creamy oat milk here. When I say we, I mean my wife does. Those are pretty good. Yeah, don't you don't want to reduce the pumpkin spiciness. So, or maybe you want to enhance it. So get a pumpkin spice creamer. I don't know. I'm just brainstorming here, spitballing, throwing things against the wall, see if they stick. And right now the coffee's sticking. Thank you, Gary. Wonderful. Thank you. And what did I'm just going to put this up on the screen here. Paul, listen. I can't stop you from doing that. Nor would I want to. Thank you. Donna, so am I. I am loving this, and I mean, I love coffee, so and I love talking about it here. It's just this is a win-win, I think, for all of us. You get to see me, you get to see coffee, you get to see me drinking coffee. Whatever, I'm just Jim is never buying coffee again at this rate. I'm okay with that. Pete McDivitt, welcome in, Pete. Thanks for being here. What now? Well, let's take an intermission. I think I feel like I've been flapping my gums for a while. Keith is saying his favorite coffees are Dunkin' and the McDonald's coffee. Mentioned this last week. Dunkin' coffee to me is a little too acidic, but I think the McDonald's coffee is very good. But and I can't. Maybe this will be on the show next week. Can't wait. Thank you, everybody. Let's take an intermission now. When we get back, I'm going to do a top 15 list about 15. So please stay right there. Oh, here it is. Sorry. That wasn't very smooth.
Steaming hot coffee. The perfect thing to pick you up and relax you at the same time. Ours is blended specially so you know it's smooth, rich, full up with the deep, mellow flavor and aroma that sets a man on his feet again. Wouldn't a big, delicious cup of coffee taste good right now? By itself or with a tasty snack. Buy it piping hot and hearty perk fresh and waiting for you at the refreshment center.
I realize I forgot another video I had going. At the lodge in Wakulla Springs, I guess I can put this back up because it's more part of that story. Again, we took the boy up to Florida State University, dropped him off. He's taking classes there. I think we've spoken to him a little bit every day because we're trying to straighten out his meal plan or something like that. But he's doing well. We'll leave him alone. We'll leave him alone eventually. At the lodge at Wakulla Springs, they have they had what is a giant marble bar, and it is the largest marble bar east of the Mississippi. I think there's only one larger in the country west of the Mississippi, of course. Anyway, they had old-timey ice cream and treats back behind there. There's a girl working the soda fountain. I think, would we call her a soda jerk, or is a soda jerk the mechanism? I don't really know. I just kind of wanted to call somebody a jerk. Anyway, we ordered a couple of old-timey treats, and I made a little 38-second video here. The first one I try is called a ginger yip, and it's what it is. It's pretty much an ice cream float. There was vanilla ice cream, ginger syrup, and seltzer. And then we got a blackberry phosphate. So here's 38 seconds of me trying old-timey treats at an old-timey place. Okay, here we go. This is the ginger yip. Oh, it's vanilla ice cream, ginger syrup. Is that what she said? And seltzer, Jim.
It's very gingery, but it's
see the bar.
That's
the longest marble bar east of the Mississippi.
Ice cream, but it's refreshing. It's pretty good.
Maybe I
Just a
should
cool
call it
looking
ginger
place.
yippee.
In this,
Here comes the girl. She's going to get it
phosphate.
on camera's way. This is a blackberry phosphate.
Sorry. Is that good?
It is good.
It was good. It was sweet. It was just like a blackberry soda, but they called it a blackberry phosphate. Maybe in keeping with the theme of how old the place was. I don't really know. But it was cool. The ginger yip was great. I don't eat as much ice cream as I used to. At least like full dairy ice cream. Again, vanilla ice cream, ginger syrup, seltzer. It was very good. And learning about the ginger yip and what is involved with like what constitutes a ice cream sundae as opposed to a Boston cooler. I don't know if anybody's familiar with a Boston cooler, but when I looked this up, ice cream sundaes have been around since the 1800s, 1850s, whatever. I don't know. But when Boston cooler, I had always heard that term growing up, and that is a lot like the ginger yip, where it's ginger ale ice cream. Actually, just those things, because the ginger ale has the seltzer water in it. So ginger ale and ice cream. And that's what we knew as a Boston cooler, specifically Verner's ginger ale, which is a product of Detroit, Michigan. And what I learned quickly while I was, Verner's ginger ale only. What I learned is that the Boston cooler is not named after the city of Boston, has no connection to the city of Boston at all. Rather, the guys in Detroit named it a Boston cooler because, let me get this story straight. The pharmacy where they sold Verner's ginger ale, or where Mr. Verner's worked or owned, was on Boston Street in Detroit. So that's why it's called a Boston cooler. People in Boston don't even know, they've never even heard of a Boston cooler, I'm pretty sure. I don't know about any of that, but if we had, do we have any Boston people here? I don't know. Oh, are the Nerd Herders still here? I forgot to mention them. Welcome in, Disney Nerd Herders.
Nerds!
Is it Pete's birthday? Happy birthday, Pete. Did I sound angry saying that? I guess I'm angry that I missed it. Happy birthday, Pete. Okay, let's get to our top 15 list. As you like, I like to have a top 15 list every week. And today I thought, well, I've never done a top 15 list about the number 15. So I found 15 interesting facts involving the number 15 in some way. I drank a Barks cream soda, says Downscale, and a Barks root beer today at work. I don't know how I feel. If you don't know, who does? Charlie, have you ever heard of a Boston cooler? I doubt you have. From what I discovered, and I didn't know this, but it's a very regional thing. It's a very Detroit thing. Verner's ginger ale and vanilla ice cream. It's just their take on a ice cream float. Did I say ice cream sundae before? That's, man. Anyway, let's get to number 15 on the list. Our first one is number 15. Oh. The chemical element phosphorus has the atomic number 15. Do you see what I'm getting at here? Let me, where's my little banner? There we go. And I tried to make my banner coffee flavored, colored today. I don't know. There he is. Never heard of a Boston cooler. Does it go good with a Boston cream pie? What doesn't go good with a Boston cream pie? I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm going to say yes. I guess it is a little Inception-like. I won't talk much about any of these, but in its pure form, phosphorus is highly reactive, but not to worry, as it's not actually found in this form on Earth. I don't know what that means, because I just copied and pasted this. It also belongs to the 15th group of the periodic table of elements known as the pnictogens. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. When people talk of something glowing, they often call it phosphorescent, even though, in most cases, it doesn't actually involve phosphorus. Right. I don't know much about any of this. Let's move on. Number 14 on our top 15 list about 15. In Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, Caesar himself is warned to beware the Ides of March. The Ides are the last day of the second week in the Roman calendar. In many months, this was actually the 13th day, but in March, it was the 15th. There we go, 15th. This is because the Roman calendar actually had weeks of 7 and 8 days. Okay, I'm confused. All you need to take away from this is that the Ides of March means the 15th of March. All right. Ryan, welcome in. Enjoy your family. That's more important. Jim is second. All right, next, number 13 on my list of 15 things. A 15th wedding anniversary is called a crystal anniversary. I don't know anybody that celebrates their anniversaries with the gifts that are designated for these days. But a 1-year anniversary, for example, is a cotton anniversary, while a 10th anniversary is a tin anniversary. Why the number 15 is connected to crystal is anyone's guess. And I didn't know that till yesterday when I made this list. So, yeah. What is Downscale saying? The meaning of phosphorescence is luminescence that is caused by the absorption of radiations, not related to phosphorus. Thank you, Downscale. And the Ides of March used to also be tax day in the U.S. Beware the... yes, that's what Caesar was talking about. No, Shakespeare was talking about. Well, Pete, thank you for the kind words. I don't know if I put as much time in as you it might seem. I do, but I also think it could be better. I guess that's me. That's my problem. Thank you, Pete. That's very nice. Let's move on. Number 12. We're counting down 15 things about 15. The number to call emergency services in Pakistan is 15. You can dial that number from a let me start over because I really rushed that. You can dial that number from a from a mobile phone, even if it doesn't have a SIM card or if it's locked. So you can, if you're in an emergency and you've got you have stolen somebody's locked cell phone, you can still call emergency services in Pakistan by dialing 15. Yes. All right. Keith is asking if he gets a diamond for his 60th birthday. You can ask for it, but no, I don't think. No, I don't think that's the way I'm going to say no. Moving on. All right. Let's see. Oh, number 11. The Cook Islands flag, which is behind me here, has 15 stars on it. Why? This flag will be a bit of a familiar sight if you've come across the flags of Australia and New Zealand. However, what stands out here are the 15 stars that make up the shape of a circle on the flag. The Cook Islands are a group of 15 islands, and each star represents each island. However, the blue background is said to represent both the peaceable nature of those who live there and the ocean itself. That makes sense. That's cool. Cool flag. If you would have asked me where the Cook Islands are, I would not have been able to tell you. Tony, thank you for stopping by. I still can't tell you, even though I through this, I'm guessing it's near Australia and New Zealand. But that's just a guess. I don't really know. I'm just guessing. Did I say I was just guessing? What do we got now? Number 10. In Hebrew, the number 15 is spelled differently. What do I mean by that? Okay, there might be some words in here I mispronounce. This is because the two words which usually make up 15, 10, which I think is pronounced yod, and 5, which is heh, when combined, make up one of the Jewish words for God. So when making up the number 15, they're not saying 10 and 5, which would make up, I guess, like Yahweh, which is a word for God. I'm guessing. I don't know. To avoid this, the number 15 uses the words for 9 and 6, which is tet and vav. I don't know if I'm saying this correctly. So in Hebrew, instead of saying 15 using 10 and 5, they're using 9 and 6 to avoid sounding like God, I guess. The Cook Islands are next to the Kitchen Islands. Hang on. Thank you, Charlie. Let's move on. Number 9. On a Scrabble board, there is a grid of 15 by 15 squares. So I guess this isn't really about 15. It's more about 225. But I had to come up with 15 things here. You don't start with 15 pieces each, but play the game on a board with a grid of 15 by 15 squares. This allows for 225 spaces on which players can place their letters, of which there are only 100. So no matter how long you play a game of Scrabble, you can't fill up even half the board. There are only 100 tiles, and there are 225 spaces. Now, again, I didn't make this up. I just copied and pasted. So I don't know. I don't know if that was that worthy of being recited. Sorry. Okay. Rhonda says, "Are you sure they aren't in the Kitchen Islands?" That, yes, we're workshopping a joke here, and you deserve a rim shot as well. Yes, in the Kitchen Islands. Agreed. Well done. That's teamwork. That's teamwork right there. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right. Next, number 8. A birthday party that celebrates a girl turning 15 is not actually called a quinceañera. Now, not in Mexico anyway. It's traditional in Mexico and a few other Latin American countries to hold a festival to celebrate young girls coming of age. While this celebration is often called a quinceañera in the U.S., this isn't exactly correct. what they're saying here is the celebration itself is actually called the Fiesta de Quince Años. When celebrated in Mexico or other Latin American countries, the title quinceañera is usually reserved for the birthday girl herself. I didn't know that. I've heard this term before, and I'm not exactly sure I'm saying it correctly. Probably not. But I thought it was the name of the party, but it's actually in Mexico anyway, the name of the person the party is for. Okay, all right. I never had one myself. Next, number 7. Oh, turning the page. All right. Next, number 7. The 15th President of the United States was James Buchanan, who served for one term from 1857 to 1861. He is actually listed as one of the worst U.S. presidents ever due to ignoring the pressing issue of slavery at the time. The following president was Abraham Lincoln, who made up for Buchanan's shortcomings. All right. So, yeah. One-termer, James Buchanan. 15th President of the United States. Number 6 is about Kentucky. I recognize that. On June 1st, 1792, Kentucky became the 15th state to join the United States of America. Commonly nicknamed the Bluegrass State, most people these days from around the world would know it for one thing and one thing alone. That's right. KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Ironically, the first KFC restaurant wasn't even in Kentucky, but in Utah. That I didn't know. I don't even know if it's true, but let's say it is. I didn't fact check it. I don't know. Does anybody know? Doesn't matter. James Buchanan, he's the only president from Pennsylvania. I'm so sorry. Isn't Biden from Scranton? But Delaware. He's more of a Delaware guy, right? Yeah. All right. So it should be UFC. I'm lost. Did I miss something? I'm going to move on. The recipe is Kentucky Fried, not the restaurant. Oh, there we go. Oh, UFC. I'm thinking of mixed martial arts and Utah Fried Chicken. That's what it is. Simba, I'm sorry. Yes, it should be UFC. Okay. Yes, there it is. All right. Next. Number 5. Some sports are played with teams of 15. Now, not in this country, but mostly in Ireland. These sports include rugby union, which I don't know how that differs from rugby. Something, and I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, camogie, and I think that's what this is. Looks kind of like lacrosse, or field hockey. I don't know. Gaelic football and hurling. All of those sports have teams of 15. There we go. All right, where are we? Number 4. Here we go. Number 4, the most famous quote involving the number 15 is from Andy Warhol. You've heard this before. In the future, everybody will be world famous for 15 minutes. I think that's the actual quote. And I didn't know the word world was in there. But I think that's the actual quote. Anyway, with social media now, not wrong? Yeah. Oh, Michelle, Biden was born and raised in Scranton. Biden has had, I might anger some people here, but Biden has had a great month of August. Let's leave it at that. All right, number 3, the Magna Carta. All right, a couple of there are a few 15s here. The famous document of fundamental rights known as the Magna Carta was signed by the English King John on June 15th, 2015. This document was to secure certain rights of the people and specified that the crown was not above the law. The Royal Chancery formalized this document on July 15th, 2015. So we had 4 different 15s there for the Magna Carta. Let's move on. I've already bored myself. Next, some famous athletes wore the number 15. I have 8 athletes here that wore the number 15. The first 4 are national, and the second 4 I will mention are from Detroit teams, because that's how I roll. These athletes include Maurice Richard, Vince Carter, Patrick Mahomes, Sandy Alomar Jr., and now for our Detroit sports heroes, Tomas Holmstrom, Brandon Inge, Golden Tate, and Vinny the Microwave Johnson, hero of the 1990 NBA Finals. If you're a Detroit sports fan, that is. Okay. Bart Starr, that's right, Surf Bum. I saw that. There were many. I could go on and on and on. Bart Starr, and I've forgotten every other one. I can't believe I can't think of a single other one. George Kell for one season for the Detroit Tigers back in the 40s or 50s, I think. Downscale's asking, the microwave, what kind of nickname is that? Was he a big fan of Hot Pockets or something? Maybe. But they called him the microwave because he was instant heat. I'm going to give myself a rim shot for that. But that's not my joke. That's why they called him the microwave. Instant heat. He'd come off the bench. He was the 6th man. And he'd give the Pistons a jolt of energy. He was a 6th man for a while. Dennis Rodman was the 6th man on that team. Surf Bump Thurman Munson, that is another one. I almost put him instead of Sandy Alomar as my baseball guy, but I didn't. Can I think of one other one? I cannot. Man, if I could just think of... It doesn't matter. I'm moving on. Here we go. Hometown boy. May he rest in peace. Our last one, our last fact. Number 1 on the list. The 15th highest grossing movie of all time is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. It was released in 2011. It has earned $1,342,025,430 worldwide. And that's good enough for 15th place on the highest grossing movies of all time list. So that is our top 15 list. Dustin Pedroia, thank you, Ben. I remember seeing him on the list. But I'm not a Red Sox fan, so I didn't want to put him on my thing. So, yeah. What's Harry Potter? I'm not sure. What were the book sales numbers? Great. Probably higher than 15. But I don't really know. Can I think of one more football player? Surprisingly, there weren't many Detroit Lions that wore the number 15. That's why I had to use Golden Tate, who's not even with the team anymore. Oh, man. 15. I don't remember. I can't think of a single other one. We finished a list before 8 o'clock. Kind of, and I know I didn't play Wordle today, but Mars not here. I know she enjoys Wordle, so I'll save Wordle for when she is here. But if I can, let's. I don't get a chance to do this much. I don't know if the Viapre Project have a live stream at 9 o'clock. I think they may start that back up. But if they do, here's tonight's lineup, Tuesday night lineup, 8 p.m. Mouse Talk. They might be live right now. I don't know. But usually it's 8 p.m. on Tuesday nights. At 9 o'clock, you can watch my TikToks or watch the Viapre Project. I will be a guest on their show next month, I think. Or you can watch my latest uploaded YouTube video. I did that yesterday. And that was a comparison from Hollywood Studios going to Epcot. I took the Skyliner, and I also took the Friendship boat service, and then I compared the two. So I've got a side-by-side split screen, and I wanted to see which one was faster. So I put that up on a video, did a little premiere, had a couple people show up. That was fun. PTV loved it. Thank you very much. I loved making it. So people can watch that, and I'd appreciate that. And I tried to put some cool music to it. And eventually, I took the Skyliner to Epcot for that video, but then I also recorded my journey back to Hollywood Studios. And for that, I'm just going to post that because it's a really cool journey. And I've got my phone right up against the window, so it kind of looks like you can't tell I'm inside the cabin. And I rode entirely alone. So I'm going to post that with the sound, so you can hear the announcements going. And I think that'll be pretty cool eventually. I want to thank Dean from The Live Place. TheLivePlace.com is your family-friendly live stream guide. Oh, there's no Walt tonight? Thank you, Lisa. Or Viapre. Okay, so that gives you time. My latest video's about 26 minutes long. And then you have time to watch my TikTok or whatever. Or just take a bathroom break and get ready for the Hitchhiking Bones at 10 p.m. Maybe that's it. Rob Fuzz is live all the time. The king of retro Disney videos on YouTube. What else we got here? The Disney Nerd Herders. Wednesdays, they're at the parks now all the time. So Wednesdays at 7 p.m., if not sooner, maybe. But check them out. Other friends, the D&G Explorers are right after the Disney Nerd Herders. So check out D&G. They're Disney 1 week. They're about cruising and cruise lines another week. Dreamer Deborah, you're not late. You're right on time for the end of the show. Thank you for being here. Do I have anything else on here? Pepper Tree Villa, of course. The Monday evening live stream at 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific. They do such a good job. It always looks fantastic. And there's Pete, who was kind enough to join us in the chat today. He's live like 4 or 5 times a day. And always good stuff, whether you're a Disney fan or a sports fan. He's got all of that, and he does it super well. And then Magic of the Mouse Radio is back. So check out that on your favorite 24-hour internet radio station provider. All right. I want to thank Sir Gary of the Beaches again for the coffee. I want to thank Donna for the coffee inspiration. I want to thank the Busy Bee for giving me the opportunity to purchase their bee bits. All right, everybody. Thank you for being here. I'll be back next week. Now it's time to say goodnight. Bye, everybody.
And now, folks, it's time to say goodnight. We sincerely appreciate your patronage and hope we've succeeded in bringing you an enjoyable evening of entertainment. Please drive home carefully and come back again soon. Good night.